to Matt Breida, back deep for San Francisco. Underway, week 16 of the NFL on CBS. Breida from his own 3-yard line to the 20, and he's tackled at the 21. Elected to the Pro Bowl earlier this week. On 1st and 10, Carlos Hyde trips in the backfield.
They want to avoid those 3rd and 7+ downs, so they need to pick up a chunk here.
Here comes the pressure. Garoppolo hit as he throws, and Goodwin juggled it on the sideline. In the NFL on 3rd downs this year, but in the last 3 games, they're 6th. Garoppolo to Kittle for the first down. First down and 10 for San Francisco from the 42. It's Hyde again. This time he's able to spin across the 45.
The scrimmage.
Play fake. Garoppolo looking deep. Throws for a wide open Bourne, but it's incomplete. Carter, we've yet to see a bad day for Jimmy G. 3rd and 7. Over the middle. Goodwin has another catch. And Goodwin with that great speed to the 31-yard line. A.J. Boye brings him. Matt Breida at running back, and he takes the handoff, and Avery Jones the first to hit him. 3 against the Rams. Garoppolo completes it again inside the 20 to out.
When you're throwing that 3-step drop.
And you saw it, the Jaguars have not allowed an opening drive touchdown in 21 straight games. Will that change here? Juszczyk inside the 5.
In as the lead back, 310 pounds.
Garoppolo himself up the middle and in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The first career rushing touchdown for Jimmy G.
Nice payoff for Jimmy G. So many critical passes that he was able to complete. He missed one big one. And sometimes guys will get down on themselves, and that.
So a couple of long streaks end. It's the first time since week 10 of last year that the Jaguars allow a touchdown on an opponent's opening drive.
Jimmy, this is coming.
Corey Grant back deep to receive the kickoff, and it's a touchback for Bradley Pinion. Fournette, the running back, on 1st and 10 from the 25. And Fournette hit in the backfield and chopped down for a loss. Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator's defense. Bortles to the air, broken up. The Jacksonville plays here to San Francisco. 3rd down and 11. Bortles taking a deep shot and incomplete. Brad Nortman punting away to Trent Taylor. Taylor from his own 30. And Taylor hit at the 37-yard line. With Garoppolo's parents, Denise and Tony, watching once again from the stands this week. On 1st and 10, he hands it to Carlos Hyde. Keeps the legs moving across the 40-yard.
The very first series, so you throw that, maybe you loosen up the run game a little bit.
2nd and 6, Hyde again, and there's Pusluzny with the first contact, but Hyde refusing to go down. Right back to Hyde, and this is going to be very close. Jacksonville just clinched the division, their first AFC South title in franchise history. Garoppolo, though, doesn't care about any of that. To Lewis Murphy for another first down.
Linebackers with touchdowns. Somebody needs to step up and slow this 49er offense down.
They go no huddle here. Play fake. Garoppolo checks it down to a wide open Kittle. Room to run. Kittle inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 15. This is Breida. Breida to the 10. And Breida tripped up inside the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Garoppolo rolling right. Good coverage downfield, and he has to throw it away. 3rd down receptions. Garoppolo passes batted down. 3 games. That's an NFL record. Low snap, kick on the way, and make it 21 in a row. 3 for San Francisco, -1 for Jacksonville. And take a look at what happened during that last. Let's see how the Jaguars respond on offense with a swing pass to Fournette. He gets away from Brock Coyle and runs out of bounds.
Sometimes when you're down early in a ballgame like this, that growth is painful.
2nd and 3, a handoff to Fournette. He's got the first down up the middle, but a late flag comes in, Our first penalty marker of the day with Jeff Triplett, the referee.
They're going to get backed up with a holding call.
Holding. Defense, number 90. That 5-yard penalty will be added into the play. Automatic first down.
It's Pittsburgh, by virtue of their big win against the Steelers, Pittsburgh would need to lose as well. They play the Texans tomorrow and then the Browns in Week 17.
In the play-action passing game.
Last time they won the division title, Coughlin was the head coach back in 1999 when the AFC Central became the Jaguars. Bortles on the run, completes it to Keelan Cole.
Even bigger pass play.
186 yards receiving last week for Keelan Cole. As TJ Yeldon.
The 49ers had a change when Garoppolo came in, and things are brand new from that moment on. So judging just the last 3 weeks, if I'm judging the 49ers.
On 2nd and 8, Fournette is hit by his former teammate Sheldon Norris. 3rd down and 9. Three on the play clock. Here comes the pressure. Bortles throws, intercepted.
Seems like when he tried to get up off the ground is when he lost possession. Catches it, has complete control. Oh, yeah, it does slip out.
Incomplete.
As he's going to the ground.
It was nearly Bortles' first interception in consecutive pass attempts, but instead it's an incompletion, and Nortman punting to Taylor, who lets it go, and it goes into the end zone. You know anything about Stanford football?
They're really good. Really good. David Shaw.
And Lofton, both Stanford grads. As Carlos Hyde takes it up the middle. Hyde picked up 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. Right back to him. And this time, Jacksonville ready. San Francisco 3 out of 4 on 3rd downs today. Garoppolo on the slant, caught by Kendrick Bourne. Another 3rd down convert.
Jacksonville Jaguar defenders.
49ers go no huddle, 8th most no huddle plays this season. And they keep it on the ground but it's a 10-0 49ers lead as we begin the 2nd. With Robinson in motion on 2nd and 4. It's a play fake. Garoppolo checks it down to Juszczyk, and he's shoved out of bounds by Jalen Ramsey. He was communicating with Marone. What a big acquisition Coughlin has been in his return to Jacksonville. And what a big stand on 3rd down. Some movement, a flag is down, a false start on San Francisco.
False start, number 45, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
It's been a big problem for the 49ers. Mickens calls for a fair catch at the 14. In at left tackle to start this drive. Jaguars have run 10 plays for 29 yards. Here's Fournette. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Jaguars have 11 yards rushing. Bortles to the air. Plenty of time, and he airmails the throw.
Cassius Mark might have gotten a hit late on Bortles or up around the head and neck area.
Late flag.
Personal foul. Referee the passer, number 54, the defense. Crown of the helmet. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
From then, he's never started a game at left tackle for them this season.
Marsh's dad played wide receiver for the Jaguars back in the mid-90s. Wide open is Mercedes Lewis. 1st down and more. Lewis into San Francisco territory.
Be illegally down the field.
Fournette lost the handoff. Lost it twice. Ball on the ground. And Jacksonville recovers with 2 on the play clock. They barely get it off. There is a flag down, and no, they're blowing this dead. It was a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Team. Bortles from the shotgun. Steps up. Intercepted. It's Dante Johnson on the return. See you later. Touchdown, San Francisco. 12th pick 6 of Bortles' career.
His name is going to be in the paper for running it back. But Eric Reed on this side stops Keelan Cole as he's running his route. Watch Keelan Cole put the brakes on because there's Eric Reed coming to do danger to him. And once he doesn't continue to run that route, ball goes right into Johnson's hands and stroll down the sideline.
Johnson's first interception since 2014. But how about this? Aaron Colvin scoops it up. And he's going to go all the way. High-fiving Jalen Myrick for 2. Interesting turn of events. It's now 16-2 here in the second quarter. Pinion with another big kickoff for a touchback. Now earlier we showed you
there's some miscommunication going on right now in Jacksonville.
Here's Fournette on first down, runs right into Solomon Thomas. Fournette lined up at the bottom of your screen. Bortles trips and goes down.
And they can't get down on themselves while they're out on the field.
Average third down distance for the Jaguars today is 11 yards. This is 3rd and 12. Bortles deep for Jalen Strong, and a lot of contact and a penalty. In fact, 2.
Jalen Strong does a good job at the end.
Interference. Defense, number 36. The ball will be placed in front of the foul. First down.
We had a chance to chat with him this week, and he said he was happy at the way Blake Bortles was playing. Felt good for him since he'd been beaten up in the media so much as Fournette is spun down. And 2nd and 7. Cole with a flag down.
Use the hands to the face. Number 36 in the defense. That 5-yard penalty will be accepted and an automatic first down.
Try and go inside because then it'll just collapse you straight down.
Fournette. And pushes his way to the 43-yard line. Big games, but today just 56. 3 on the play clock. Bortles looking to throw. His pass is deflected and incomplete. Nice season. Second-year man out of Oregon. Wow.
A late call.
They're ruling that a fumble and San Francisco football. Of course, all turnovers subject to review.
The ruling is changed. It is a forward pass. The quarterback's arm was coming forward. Reset the game clock to 7:50. It'll be 3rd down and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Bortles has run for his last 4. They hand it off to Yeldon. He's got some room on the left side, and Yeldon picks up the first down. Watch Star Wars for the first time on the plane ride here yesterday as Bortles goes to the air and completes it to O'Shaughnessy. Bortles said a lot of success in the Pacific time zone, 2 and 11 all time. So Doug Marrone said it's not working when we're going on Fridays. Let's just go on Saturday. Bortles keeps it himself. Bortles at the 30 and slides right near the sticks, and that's going to be good for another Jacksonville first down.
Not that direction.
We were there in London when they beat up the Ravens earlier this year as Fournette takes it to the ticket.
It's a 7-point game.
With 5:25 to go in the second quarter. Bortles to the end zone for Westbrook, makes the adjustment, the catch, and he's down at the 1. He doesn't want Kyle Shanahan to maybe take another look at this one. They take the handoff to Fournette, pushing the pile, and he's in. Touchdown, Jaguars. Fournette.
Well, D.D. Westbrook is not a big receiver, but he elevates, he points the ball, and he's on that pylon. Big power back. Leonard Fournette stopped about a half a yard short, but his arms are about 20 inches long, so he's able to.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
So here's Lambeau. He's only missed 1 extra point this season since being signed by Jacksonville in October. And this kick is good with 5:10 to go in the. Everyone on our crew today for working on this Christmas Eve. All the men and women do such a fine job. We're so fortunate to work alongside them. It's a touchback for Lambeau. So that's one change that was instituted today by the NFL. First and 10 from the 25-yard line. Garoppolo, play fake, looking for Juszczyk. He's got him wide open. Juszczyk at midfield, down the sideline, and they finally trip him up inside.
That guy can get up and go.
A career-long catch, but then there was some movement, and I think it was Juszczyk had a false start.
False start. Number 44, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Juszczyk, the fullback. Breida, the running back, on 1st and 15. It's Breida. Bounces off a tackle and still going. Breida with some nice moves.
Like a pinball, is bouncing around a little bit, and the defense overruns the play when he starts to bounce around, and Breida turns sideways and slips out.
Niners going no huddle. Garoppolo off his back foot, and he throws it away incomplete. The running back. San Fran 4 out of 6 on 3rd downs. Garoppolo to Goodwin. Another 3rd down conversion.
And I think are separating him, and a lot of lessons learned his first 4 years in the league.
San Fran in the red zone, and Garoppolo calls a timeout. San Fran. The ball is spotted at the 19-yard line. Garoppolo to Juszczyk. He's got it at the 15 and shoved out by Paul Pusluzny. Football, not just because of the wins in the playoff, but because of the other guys in the linebacker room. Miles Jack, Telvin Smith. Pusluzny could not stop smiling when we met with him last night. Good for him. Hyde is tripped up, maybe on his own doing.
While the 49ers were in the huddle, Calais Campbell was alerting his members to watch for a screen.
Garoppolo looking left, feels the heat, steps up, now rolling right, and completes it to Taylor. Back Hyde, the running back. 1st and goal with Goodwin in motion. Here's Hyde. And Hyde met at the line of scrimmage. Garoppolo fires incomplete. Into the end zone looking for Kittle. He leads the team in red zone targets and red zone receptions. He just went in motion. Garoppolo to the end zone, deflected and picked off. Interception by Barry Church.
Interesting to see if Barry Church's back foot is on the end line in the back of the end zone, because he's going, he slips. Foot. 2 timeouts to work with.
From the 20. Bortles down the sideline. Westbrook makes the adjustment. There's a flag down. They're saying the pass was
Pass interference, offense, number 12. It's a 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Screen or draw, trying to pop something real quick and safe.
There's the screen to Yeldon. Cuts back at the 7 and hit hard at the 14-yard line.
Use their timeout to stop the clock.
Bottom of your screen, Keelan Cole matched up with Tyvis Powell. Bortles to Cole. He had the separation on Powell, and Cole turns it into a nice game. 1:01 to go. It's Yeldon, and he's got the first down. Bortles with time to Cole. A first down, and he spins away. More yards for Keelan Cole to in the top 5 with Josh Lambo warming up on the sideline. On this drive, Bortles is 3 out of 3 for 43 yards. Back to the air. Has a wide open Yeldon. Yeldon with a lot of room to run and pushed out of bounds at the 22 by.
We're getting separation. That makes it even easier.
Bortles to O'Shaughnessy. Shoved out of bounds at the 15.
From this side all the way around here so that he can get on the boundary and get out of bounds if he catches it.
Bortles back to O'Shaughnessy inside the 10, dragging defenders to the 5. Preserving that final timeout with 15 seconds to go. Bortles steps up to Fournette, off his hands, and caught! Jalen Strong, touchdown! A miraculous play! And the Jags an extra point away from tying the score.
Everybody running, everybody alert because you don't know who the ball is going to go to. Jalen Strong reactivated from the practice squad just this week. So he's coming into the game thinking, well, he probably won't throw me the ball. He probably doesn't remember me. But being alert and hustling, he's able to come up with the balls.
Somewhere Phil McConkey is smiling. They will confirm this. Jalen Strong playing in his first game as a member of the Jaguars, called up off the practice squad yesterday when Doug Marrone did not think that Allen Hurns was good enough to go today. He practiced limited all week, had missed the last 5 games with an ankle injury. He was listed as questionable, but Marrone said he felt comfortable with the guys he had at wide receiver today, and he thought Jalen Strong had a very good week of practice. For 86 yards. And Jacksonville, which had a miserable first quarter, pushing and shoving on the sideline, nothing. So Lambeau just grounds one. And the Niners, with 6 seconds on the clock, have the ball at the 30. And it will be Jacksonville football to start the second half. What a half. Really a tale of 2 quarters. So we'll get the football to begin the second half with Corey Grant back deep. And Grant will take a knee. It's a touchback as we take a look at the quarterbacks. In the
Get back that kind of mojo they had early on.
quick pass to Mickens on 1st and 10, and J-Don Mickens takes it to the 29-yard line. Chris Ivory did not have any carries in that first half. A play fake. Bortles to Cole, and Cole has the first down. Blake Bortles has hit on 11 straight completions. He hands this one to Fournette, who tries to weave his way to the 41-yard line. Second down and 6. Bortles deep down the sideline for Cole. Beautiful catch and throw. 12 in a row for Bortles that he's completed. Keelan Cole now has 5 catches for 90 yards. Bortles feeling it through the air. This is a tight end screen to Lewis. A flag is down, but Mercedes Lewis carries it inside the 15. Let's see what the penalty marker is.
I think because he had to loft the ball over the head of the defender, you got pass interference.
Offense number 84, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
1st and 20. Handoff to Fournette. Nice adjustment at the line of scrimmage. And Fournette carries it. We're now at 8 and 7, and they'll host Jacksonville next Sunday. Fournette again. Seen a number. Jacksonville 2 for 4 on 3rd downs. Bortles fakes one way, and it's knocked down. Of the Lions has the most. Out comes Lambeau for a 45-yard field goal attempt to give Jacksonville its first lead of the day, and it's good. On Christmas Eve, everyone very excited about this resurgent 49ers team led by Jimmy Garoppolo. It's a touchback. And the Steelers have to lose one of their final 2 games. It's still possible, but either way, Jacksonville will host a playoff game.
And it was a statement win on the road. And the second statement win they had was a couple of weeks ago against the Seattle Seahawks. So they've done well against a couple of top-tier opponents.
Garoppolo, incomplete.
Jimmy Garoppolo tried to stick that ball on the body of Marquise Goodwin.
Yep.
3rd down and 8. Pressure coming. Garoppolo steps up, and now he's brought down from behind. NFL leading 52nd sack of the season for the Jacksonville defense. Pinion's punt bounces at the 35. Mickens lets it roll to the 32 with 9:33 to go in the 3rd quarter since Garoppolo took over as starter in week 13. Now here's Bortles off the hands of Cole and incomplete.
Plays he's trying to avoid.
He started 3 for 8. Since then, 12 out of 14. Hands this one to Fournette. to the 35-yard line. It brings up third down. It's a 3rd down and 7 for Blake Bortles and Jacksonville. Bortles steps into a throw, intercepted, picked off by Williams. K'Wan Williams at the 30 and hit down from behind by Mickens. 2nd interception today by Blake.
K'Wan Williams doesn't worry about what's underneath. He just sinks back, and you see him dropping right under Keelan Cole, and that one hand goes up, uses it as a hook, pulls the ball in, but there's nothing that holds K'Wan Williams underneath, and he's just able to drift back and do exactly what he's supposed to do in coverage.
San Francisco came in with only 7 interceptions the entire season.
If you've got a championship defense, this is the time to show up, Jacksonville.
On 1st and 10, it's a handoff to Breida. And Breida inside the 25.
Know how to run the football.
Garoppolo to Breida out of the backfield, slips a tackle and dragged down from behind by Posluszny, but Breida. Garoppolo to Goodwin, incomplete. In the last 3 with Garoppolo, just 23% scoring touchdowns in the red zone. They flip one to Juszczyk, who takes it inside the 10. They need to get to the 5-yard line for a 1st down. It's 3rd and 3. Garoppolo, quick pass, caught by Kittle. He dives, and he's in. Touchdown, 49ers. The 2nd touchdown of George Kittle's career, and San Fran back on top.
When you draw up zone coverage, there's a guy in this spot, another guy in this spot, but right in between them, there's a little sliver of daylight, and that's what you're able to see by the execution of Jimmy Garoppolo to Kittle. Just that little sliver of daylight in between 2 defenders, and then a 3rd defender.
Kittle leads the team in red zone targets and receptions. He adds to his total. And now Robbie Gould trying to add to the 49ers point total. He does. Today they are -1 as Bortles' interception leads to the touchdown by Kittle. Here's Corey Grant on the return for Jacksonville, and he'll take it out to the 27-yard line. Here's Fournette on 1st down, and for the first time today, we'll go back to New York.
All 14 off of turnovers. Back to Andrew.
And the loser of that game eliminated from the NFC playoffs. And before the snap here, a false start.
False start. Number 89, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
James. 2nd down and 11. Bortles to Cole. 1st down for Jacksonville.
Time to Keelan Cole.
108 yards receiving for Keelan Cole. Fournette, after that block, gets the handoff. And
so you've got to pepper in that run, even though he hasn't been super successful. 16 carries, 45 yards so far.
Yeldon replaces him here, and it is Yeldon who gets the handoff into San Francisco territory. He's got a 1st down, but a flag.
Illegal shift. Offense, number 84. Brook never got set with the rest of the players. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
About 12 yards because they had a good gain from T.J. Yeldon.
Bortles' pass may have been deflected at the line, but still complete. Right at the chains is D.D. Westbrook. Ball at the 45-yard line of San Francisco. 1st and 10. Fournette, every yard has...
It's been contested.
Been tough to come by today for the Jaguars on the ground. A gain of 2. They only have 68 yards rushing for Jacksonville this season. It's Fournette again.
And that's one of those ones where he's thinking as opposed to just reacting.
Where do you go on 3rd down here?
I like D.D. Westbrook down here at the bottom.
3rd and 7. Bortles checks it to Yeldon, who drops it.
Because he's trying to see how much room he had up the field.
Jacksonville 3 for 3 on fake punts this year. They do not fake it here. Nortman to Taylor, who calls for a fair catch at the 14. Job by NFL Films to mic up Garoppolo last week. You heard some great insight as to how he engineered that final 107 against Tennessee.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 44 on the defense, Tony. That 15-yard penalty be added at the end of the play, and that is the first unsportsmanlike counting towards disqualification for 44.
See, at that point, you stick your hand out and you help him get up. You've made a nice, clean, legal hit, showing how tough you are.
First down and 10. Garoppolo with time checks it down to Hyde, and Carlos Hyde out to the 41. Seen more no huddle today by the 49ers as Garoppolo continues to feel more comfortable with this offense, and it's Hyde. On 2nd and 6, this is Breida, and Barry Church comes up.
After the play is over, personal foul, number 91, the defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play, first down.
30 yards. 30 yards in penalties that are
for much of their season. Now 7 penalties for 65 yards. Here's Hyde. Carlos Hyde in penalties against the Jaguars. Jack and Ngakoue. 1st and 10 from the 30. It's Hyde again, following his blocks.
from this offense.
Goodwin at the top of your screen. He has 3 catches today. Garoppolo over the middle, and that's caught at the 20 by Taylor, and it's good for a first down.
To the right guy.
San Francisco in the red zone with Garoppolo under center. It's Breida, and he is dragged down. Ball came out late. Was Breida already down?
Breida was on top of bodies.
Dante Fowler recovered the loose ball.
This would be interesting because everybody's signaling toward Doug Marrone.
Let's take a look.
So he's on the pile. He's not down, obviously, right there. You're coming in. That ball starts to go loose, and that ball starts to go loose while he's standing up. The red flag will be coming out right now from Doug Marrone.
Doug Marrone just threw the challenge flag.
And you get a clear recovery. That's one of the things, if you're a defense that is used to getting turnovers, like the Jacksonville Jaguars are, when that ball's on the ground, you make sure that you get it, even if the play might have been over.
There is no challenge on the play as forward progress was ruled and is not reviewable.
Wow, that is a break and a big one for San Francisco. Taylor goes in motion. And the pass is caught by Hyde.
Hasn't thrown a lot of touchdowns down here in the red zone.
3rd down and 2. They fake the pitch to Hyde. Garoppolo rolling right. He can run. There's a flag down. Garoppolo out of bounds with the first down if the play stands.
Well, then flags have been thrown.
Defense, number 58. Half the distance to the goal. Added to the end of the play. First down.
You're helping them down the field.
Jaguars scrambling on defense. Garoppolo under center. Hyde. And he gets to the 2.
They're not being the kickers in that category today.
2nd and goal. Right back to Hyde. Right side. Nowhere to go. Breida, the running back, next to Garoppolo. Garoppolo on the move. Throws, and it is caught. Touchdown! Trent Taylor! His first touchdown since week 3 against the Rams.
The ability to move in the pocket and not panic. 3-man pass rush. So you've got 8 defenders back, and Jimmy Garoppolo takes his time, scrambles to the left, and that sidearm delivery, and a nice hit. Trent Taylor.
Safe to say that Christmas arrived on Halloween this year for the 49ers. And this is the 3rd straight game the 49ers have scored at least 25 points. Myrick fields the kickoff and is tackled at the 24. Certainly Blake Bortles, there's a lot of question marks about how he would play with his back to the wall in the 4th quarter There's your answer. Witherspoon with the pick. Third of the day by Bortles. Exception in December until coming in here to this game today. Breida on the carry up the middle. Some hard running down to the 11. Here's Breida again, trying to get to the outside, shoved out.
The way that things are going here today, so you have to make some decisions if you're Doug Marrone.
First and goal. Hyde. Nice cutback and the touchdown. His 6th rushing touchdown of the season. And more points off turnovers for the 49ers.
Carlos Hyde puts a move on A.J. Boye that just stops him in his tracks. A.J. Boye has the tackle, and then it's a whiff. Got to close that down. They're running this at A.J. Boye. They block everybody else inside, and they say, okay, our running back is better than your tackle.
2 touchdowns in the last 1 minute.
Offsides against Jacksonville.
Offside. Defense number 31. The extra point is good. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Week 2 in the loss against Tennessee. And they've given up 2 touchdowns in the last 1 minute and 40 seconds. Another touchback for Pinion, who's done a wonderful job of that this season.
Leonard Fournette have a 70-yard, 5-yard run, a 90-yard run, but it's that consistent being able to run and really dominate on a consistent basis that is not there.
Bortles' pass deflected. We'll go back to
I thought Santa was magical where a lit fireplace didn't bother him. Nate is bursting my bubble.
Bortles incomplete. Blake is now 2.
To overcome it when you don't have a running game and your defense isn't stepping up the way that they need to.
And before the snap, a false start against Jacksonville. Their 10th penalty.
False start. 80 offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
They also found a quarterback, which helps as well, as Garoppolo is accounted for 3 touchdowns today. Bortles to Yeldon, just kind of floated one in there, and Yeldon is wrapped up at the 25. Trent Taylor back deep. Taylor from his own 32. Gets away from Thompson, slips another tackle, and out of bounds at the 40. Back in New York, 8:08 to go, 4th quarter. Garoppolo in the offense back on the field, and Carlos Hyde is thrown for a loss on 1st down. Draft class that year were Garoppolo and Tom Savage. Of course, the Browns drafted Johnny Manziel, which did not work out well, but let's see what they do here on 3rd down and 8. Garoppolo and nobody home there. Aldrick Robinson, the intended target. Mickens a fair catch at his 15 with 6:31 to play. A big comeback here, but because of the Titans' loss earlier today, the Jaguars are division champions as Bortles completes it to Yeldon for a gain of 4. Guy in the stands looked like Blake Bortles. Blake to Yeldon again, and he could not hold on, or is that a fumble? That's a fumble on the return, Elijah Lee! Another 49ers touchdown! An 18-yard return for the rookie Lee.
San Francisco is challenging the ruling on the field of the incomplete pass. After review, the ruling on the field stands. San Francisco has charged their first timeout and getting their first challenge.
5 with 6:04 to go. Bortles over the middle, wide open is Westbrook for the first down. And Westbrook still moving his feet to the 43-yard line.
Hurrying up to try and get some points on the scoreboard.
Bortles to Yeldon. Nice cut by Yeldon. He's got midfield Yeldon picks up 12 on the play. Bortles steps up. He'll keep it himself and slides across the 40.
You're running uphill to try and get past these defensive backs.
And there's a completion and a first down to Jalen Strong at running back.
Oh, Yeldon's a little more versatile in terms of the passing game and what he brings to the table there.
There is Yeldon in the passing game to the 20. Will Doug Marrone rest some of his starters? Bortles fires low and incomplete.
Well,
he told us that they have not. 3rd down and 4. And a flag.
False start, number 24, offense. The 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Went out with that abdominal injury. We don't know the extent of that. Is it one that just takes a long time to heal up? Can he play in 1 week? Can he play in 2 weeks? Because that's a critical call along that offensive line.
And San Francisco calls a timeout.
San Francisco, their second.
3rd down and 9. Yeldon again. And Yeldon straight ahead for the first down.
The hands of the defensive lineman.
Bortles to Mickens, incomplete.
Kentucky Wesleyan has a lot of want to make this team and to be starring on it right now.
He's back in for 2nd and 10. Bortles again will run it out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Because a credit to this San Francisco defense. 3rd down and 4. Bortles hit as he throws into the end zone, incomplete.
Before they get ready to play Tennessee next weekend.
4th down and 4. Here they come. Bortles gets rid of it and completes it to O'Shaughnessy, who is down at the 1. They hurry to the line. Bortles will hand it off to Yeldon. He doesn't get in. Fournette has got his helmet on. He's been watching most of this quarter. Yeldon again, and Yeldon is in. 2nd rushing touchdown of the season for Yeldon. To 25 game, and Doug Marrone will go for 2.
Hey man, I was going to go for 2 a couple of quarters ago, and you admonished me on that.
I did.
It's still a 2-score game.
Right. Fournette is in there. Bortles and Koyak gets in. Wow, great extra effort by Ben Koyak.
Of course, Buckner, that's the biggest guy that they have on defense.
Did Koyak get in? I don't know about that.
His helmet got in, the ball didn't get in there.
Now this is subject to review.
That's Eric Reed on his back. Yeah, that's...
I don't think he got in.
That one... Oh, that extension of the ball right there.
I still think he's short.
But I don't think you have enough in the sea of hands to be able to... Well, they're reviewing it.
We're reviewing the previous play. After the review, the ruling on the field stands.
Of 2014, they're 0 for their last 10. And this one's loose, and the Jaguars have it.
You can't advance it, so just cover it up at that point, and don't try and run, because...
We'll see what happens with all 3 timeouts and 2:13 on the clock. Bortles steps up, fires to a wide-open Jalen Strong. He's got the first down to the 27. Over 400 yards of offense for the Jags. Bortles looking for more. On the move, and he'll turn it upfield with a flag down in the secondary and an injured Jaguar.
Holding. Number 23 in the defense. 5-yard penalty added at the end of the play. First down. The player who was injured was fouled by number 23. Therefore, there is no charge timeout. Go.
Bortles to the end zone, caught! Touchdown, O'Shaughnessy! The first touchdown of his career. And now a 4-point game with the extra point to come.
Colbert, the free safety in the middle of the field right here. See how he's frozen. He didn't even move with my circle. So Blake Bortles, with his eyes, made him plant there. Nice throw over all the outstretched arms, throwing it up high.
A season high 338 yards passing for Blake Bortles. Lambeau's extra point is no good. Oh, a big miss. 49ers expecting the onside kick. That's what happens. Lambeau, and it's out of bounds. So Jacksonville will have to play defense, 1:49 to go.
At or around the line of scrimmage, or you can get a big run that pops you because everybody's coming straight down here.
Hyde. Nice cutting through the Jacksonville defense. Finally, Telvin Smith.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 97, headbutt. 15-yard penalty at the end of the play, automatic first down.
Another silly penalty by Jacksonville, this time Malik Jackson. The headbutt right there. With the official right next to him.
Played penalties. Killers.
Now false start against San Francisco.
False start, number 74, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And Hyde picks up a couple, timeout. Hyde up the middle. And he holds on tightly to the 31-yard line. Another timeout by Doug Marrone.
And if it's not there, he just slides down. But it has to be a 100% completion if he's going to throw.
They've got to get to the 22 to pick up the first. They flip it to Breida. Got some room on that left side. First down, and he's gone! Ball game! The icing on the cake for San Francisco on Christmas Eve.
See the motion with Goodwin going to the right, coming back the other side with a speed back. You had Carlos Hyde in there powering things around, and just a step slow from the Jacksonville defense trying to get to the corner.
This is the most points the 49ers have scored with the Jimmy episode. There's Grant. Grant stopped short of the 20. As to what San Francisco will do in the offseason, do you put the franchise tag on him for 1 year, or do you just sign him to a long-term contract? Either way, he'll be here for a long time, as Bortles' pass is incomplete.
To get those people here on a regular basis and going nuts when they come in the building.
There's Fournette back in the ball game and takes it to the 25. Steve game with a 4-10 San Francisco team. You never would have known it by the crowd today. Bortles completes another to Koyak by virtue of the loss by the Tennessee Titans. Bortles to Westbrook to the 46-yard line. There's Koyak out of bounds.
We cannot continue to do them if we want to fill out our mission in the playoffs.
12 penalties, 99 yards. Here's Fournette. And Francisco's first 4-game win streak since 2013. Jimmy G still undefeated as a starter in the NFL. He's now 6-0.